I'm sitting staring down. Well, that's all right, though. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Polly's Pretties Live. Tonight, we're going to be doing coloring, but we're challenging ourselves. So we're going to be doing this page here with the jack-o'-lanterns and the Halloween and spiders and the spiderweb and stuff, but we're only allowed to use pastel-colored pencils, meaning that we're going to be using a 12 count from Marco Art that are called pastel colors, and we're going to be using just those, no other colors. So that being said, let me get my welcomes typed in. Ooh, when I learn how to spell. Okay, there we go. Now that we've got that done, now we can jump right on in. I'm going to move that off my page. That was just kind of my placeholder. And we'll go ahead and get started. I think I want to use this one first, because I'm going to come in here and do this part. This will be interesting. So I hope everyone has had a good Saturday. Ours has been all right. It's been quiet for the most part. So that's always a good thing. Nothing too crazy happened here in the neighborhood. Hope everybody else's Saturday was good, and hopefully your weather allowed that you could actually get out and enjoy it. We had a lot of dense fog this morning here, so didn't really get out too much. I don't know if anybody saw it, but I did put up a finished coloring pages for September. Had fun getting those done. Pulled out some of my Halloween coloring books and my gory-like coloring books for October. Again, like I said, we are going to try to stick to just pastels tonight that were listed in the pastel box. So it should be definitely an interesting coloring. The only loud noises you should hear tonight would be either us picking up pencils or the pencil sharpener if they get too dull. For the most part, it's kind of quiet here, which is good.
Mary doesn't want to color anymore.
She takes it by spells.
Huh?
She takes it by spells.
I think it's relaxing. You feeling okay today?
Yeah, for the most part, anyway. My back's been bothering me off and on, but it's.
You what?
My back's been bothering me off and on, but it hasn't been like horrid. It's just, I know it's there. Well, that's the idea. That's why you would do a challenge. So it's different. It's something you don't normally do. You change up something that you normally would do and make it something different. And believe you me, I think it's definitely going to hit that spot.
It's gonna be fun. You outline your spider web.
I don't. Doesn't mean you don't want to. I mean, do it how you want to do it.
Sometimes you outline things.
I think these will be unique since they're being done pastels only.
Talking to you?
No, talking to the camera. Definitely make for an interesting look. Yeah, sorry, Tony. We're doing a little bit of Halloween coloring today, trying to just promote, October, which is starting tomorrow. Thought we'd come in and we'd do some fun little jack-o'-lantern stacked with a Halloween banner across and spider webs and stuff. But the thing was, instead of doing typical Halloween colors, your oranges, your blacks, stuff like that, we wanted to use our pastel pencils. So we pulled out our Marco Art pastel pencil 12 pack, and we cannot use anything but pastels out of that pack on this page. So we're doing it as fun Halloween, but we're also doing it as fun challenge to do nothing but the pastels, which normally we would do, normal colors. So that's what we're doing today. And we're just coloring in using our pastel pencils, whatever parts we want to color in and stuff, and making it look interesting, hopefully. Oh, and I did figure out something. I think it was you I talked about like a color along with. The way that I've noticed people doing like get-togethers or color alongs has been through using Google Hangouts. I don't know anything about Google Hangouts. So, but that's what I've been told so far, is that they use Google Hangouts when you want more than one person in the chat. That way both people can talk, both people can show their screens and stuff like that. I don't know how that all works. So, but I did find that out at least. Because I would like to get into that. I'd also like to start posting like challenges and stuff and hosting challenges too. So I'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's going to be a thing that happens, or if that'll be I want to do it forever and never figure out how. So I guess we'll have to see how that works out. What's sad is I went back to Amazon yesterday and was looking to see if they have any more Marco Art pastel pencil sets out. They don't. They're gone. So I guess if we want different pastels, or we want more, or whatever, more colors in pastels, we'll have to find another company. Which is sad, because I really like the creaminess of these. I think he was just singing Christmas. It is not even Halloween. I'm gonna go out there and yell spooky, scary skeletons in his ear. Ooh. Now see, I have a Hocus Pocus coloring book. It's a Disney one that has a lot of stuff from like the movie Hocus Pocus in it. I've only, I think, done one or two maybe pictures in the entire book. Because some of them are wallpapery, and I'm not a huge fan of wallpaper pictures. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, see, that I'll get some more Disney, Art of Disney coloring books for Christmas, because I really love those ones. And they're at least in the affordable range, unlike some of the other Disney picture books, color books, excuse me, that I've seen. Some of them are a little pricey when you're talking like $32 for one coloring book. I don't know if I could talk myself into buying a $32 coloring book. I'd like to think maybe, but I don't know. I love coloring. It's just, I don't always love the price of everything. And I'm on a mad hunt right now. I haven't seen it. I saw one time where there was a Headless Horseman coloring book from the actual movie Sleepy Hollow. And I wanted to get it, and then when I went back, it was gone, and I haven't seen it since. Now there's a bunch of like, I hate to say knockoff, but that's kind of what they are for the Headless Horseman. So I'm kind of looking and hoping to maybe come across the Headless Horseman coloring book again. I don't know if I will, but we'll see. I got my fingers crossed anyway. So maybe I'll get lucky and find it. A couple people were telling me to try, I think it's called Lyra, to get some coloring books. That they have them and have I guess a pretty huge selection. But I don't know anything about it, like where it's located or anything. I know for Christmas I put on my wish list a Disney. It was Art of Coloring Nightmare Before Christmas. And who knows if we get it the day we get them, Christmas Day, we may be coloring them. Oh gosh! Out of all my coloring books, how many do I own? Or do you mean the Art of Disney ones, or do you want to know how many coloring books I own in general? Because yeah, there's a big difference. But you have to also understand, I have not only adult coloring books, but I still have, and yes, am still a kid at heart, and still have kids coloring books too. I'm not afraid to admit that. Yes, I am still very much a big kid. Yeah. You're not supposed to show me till you're done. All right. Hang on, because I was doing a little extra. I was being extra again. See, look at me. You decide not to be extra one night, and that's the night I decide to be extra. We're backwards.
That we are. Oh, gosh.
I decided to take a crazy notion and start coloring the spider web. Not outlining it, coloring it. Wait till you get a load of this. All of my coloring book. Oh God, you want all of them? Oh boy, I don't even have an answer for that, Johnny. A lot.
A whole bunch.
Between my kid coloring books, my adult coloring books, and my artsy kind of coloring books, I've got a lot. I don't even have an answer. Oh my God. Oh Lord, I don't think I can count that many. I've got a healthy stack. I've got holiday ones. I've got non-holiday. I've got Chibi, Harry Potter, J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah, you name it. I've probably. I mean, I have noticed I'm missing some. Like when people start telling me they want me to color critters or animals, whichever one you want to call them. Now I do seem to falter there. I don't seem to have very many books with animals in them, and I don't understand why that is. But I have like landscape, and I have holidays and chibis and steampunk and uh, yeah, flowers, mandalas, color by numbers. I do have a fair amount of coloring books. Like I said, all of them are not adult coloring books. I do have some like kitty ones, like you'd buy for your kids at like the local dollar store or something. I do have some like that have like Rudolph and some Christmas pictures and some Halloween ones and different odd stuff like that too. As far as you have 12 coloring books. Oh wow. Well, I think the only reason I got lucky with mine is I got real lucky about a month after I decided to jump into adult coloring. A friend of mine told me, "Come to Amazon now." And I'm like, "Huh?" And they're like, get on Amazon. And I'm like, why? What's the rush? And they were having a sale. Most of the coloring books at that time were going for like $3.99 and $4.99. And I'm talking full-size coloring books. And I was lucky enough at the time, my son was living here and working, and he told me, he goes, Mom, he goes, you don't have hardly any coloring books here. He's like, this is $100, go. Get whatever you want, I don't care, go. And so he let me have money, and I went to Amazon and got coloring books on sale. And then when my husband heard, because he knows my love for coloring, when he went out to Walmart that year, every time he'd go look and see, what do they have in the coloring book area? Is it something interesting? Is it something she already has? And he would every now and then surprise me with a nice new coloring book. So that's how mine got built up so quickly. Like I said, though, I also do have a stack that is kid coloring books, and I still color in them too. So, but that's how mine got built up, is plenty of, help from the family and getting, spoiled, when they can. And so they know coloring books are one of my big loves. I mean, I love to craft, but I'm a lot pickier with my craft stuff than I think I am with my color stuff, technically. If that makes sense. When it comes to craft stuff, I will accept any crafty stuff, but when it comes to me working with it, I do have my favorite items. Where with coloring, I'll color almost any picture. I'm not a picky person as far as that goes. I love to color. I love to see what different colors look different on things. So yeah, that's how I got going with it. So I mean, there's still books I'd love to get, but right now, with the prices of coloring books going up, especially on Amazon, which is usually where I get mine, so they come direct to the house, it's a little bit more of a headache. Because the books that used to be $3.99 and $4.99 now are running $7.99 and $8.99 a book. You're still getting the same book, it's still on the same paper, but you're paying more. And I'm not quite sure that I'm really okay with that. I'm a little, how do I want to word it? I'm a little unsure that I want to pay $7.99 for a book that might have 20 pages, and it's the same paper. There's nothing changed except for the price that I pay. So I'm kind of weird. I haven't really been crazy buying any coloring books. Now I did break the rules and buy this one here a little while back. I just couldn't help it. It was cute. When I walked past the register at our local Dollar General, it was sitting there staring at me, yelling, "Take me home! Take me home!" So I did. But that's another guilty thing. Our Dollar General carries off and on adult coloring books, and sometimes I can walk past them and I can get out the door without buying one. And then other times, like Halloween, I can't walk out the door at all. I have to come home with one. So, like I said, coloring for me is kind of a guilty pleasure. It is my vice, my go-to. If I'm not feeling good, or if I'm uh, moody, I guess we'll say, coloring is kind of my go-to because it helps like mellow me out. It really relaxes me, and I can sit and have a good time, and I can play with colors and adjust them, make them darker, make them lighter, put 2 or 3 colors on one item, and things like that. So it does kind of help mellow me out as far as coloring goes. And for the longest time, with as much health trouble as I was having, I really couldn't do a whole lot. So what they did to help keep me busy and keep my mind occupied and everything was the coloring. Because my health kind of took a nosedive for a while. And now we're getting it back on track. Thank God, thank God. But that's just the way that went. Having to deal with things that I did. So, but now that it's getting back on track, I am really happy. I mean, I still like to color. Color is my thing. And if anyone says anything, yes, I do prefer Crayola colored pencils. I don't know why I like Crayola so much. Maybe because I grew up on them. But I do. I love Crayola. Now, you'll catch me using other pencils other than Crayola. But, you know, if somebody's going to say, what pencils would you say for somebody starting out or something? I would say go get you a pack of Crayola. Honest to goodness, I really would. I like Crayola. I like how they work. I know how to use them. They're easy to work with. They sharpen well. I don't have any issues with them. Now, I know some people who would hiss at me over that. I really do. I know people that would really give me like dirty looks and hiss and just, oh yeah. Because Crayola is not considered a artist level colored pencil. It's considered a kid level art supply. But I don't care. I like what I like. I need to have that printed on a shirt. I like what I like. But every colorist out there will tell you that they like a certain type of pencil or they like certain paper or their aesthetic that they like the color is something different too. Like certain people only color just one aesthetic. They don't go out of that aesthetic. That's their thing. That's what they like. And that's cool. You know, that's cool. And it works for a lot of people. For me, it doesn't. I have a brain that goes, what? So yeah. I don't know what else to call my brain, but like if I try to tell it we're only coloring one thing, my brain's gonna go, nope, I don't think so. And that'll be the end of that story. My brain goes, no, we're gonna color this today and that tomorrow and something else the next day, and it's not gonna match and none of it's gonna be the same, and yeah. So if somebody were to ask me what my aesthetic is, everything. That's my aesthetic. I like to color everything, even horror stuff, which I know a lot of people shy away from that. But I do like to color horror stuff too. So, okay, I think I finally finished it. Ha ha ha. And I stayed with pastels. Look at me. That was quite challenging considering that every time I look at a jack-o'-lantern, I want to go for orange.
I couldn't find orange.
There is no, when you're talking pastels, there is no orange.
No, there isn't.
So, but I do love coloring, and I like to color almost anything. I have. Let me move this aside for a minute while she's finishing up her page, and I'll show you. I'll bring you up because I can't really lay it on the desk too well. Okay, I didn't touch the lens, so it shouldn't be blurry. Let me get all my coloring juba-jaw out of the way.
You'll have to hide the other one. Hold it up.
Maybe.
Just cover the other picture.
Okay, maybe I can see that there for this a second. Okay, so I have books like this, which cost me all of like $1. This is one that I used during Halloween time. And it's just a fun little book, you know, like little weird, let me get my phone out there. Little weird pictures like that. Here is one of the Art of Coloring. I have 2 Art of Coloring books. One is the Disney Villains, and this is the revised edition. So I have it. I don't think I've colored anything in this one. No, I know I have. No, I haven't. Okay, I haven't colored in this one yet. So this one's untouched yet. And then I have my Hocus Pocus from Disney. And I think I've only done maybe 1, maybe 2. I know I did one. I just gotta find her. Oop, there she was. I missed her. Here's the one that I did. My favorite glitch, of course. I think that might be the only one I did in here. Maybe. I think I thought about doing the other one, but I'm not sure if I did. Oh, I fibbed? I did do another one. Okay. I did Billy. So I did him. Yeah, that's all on that one. And the two art of colorings I have were from our local Walmart. And then I have one like this because I like sugar skulls. They are something I'm very much into. And this is a Crayola book from Art with Edge. And then here's one of my kid coloring books I have that I paid like a whole $1 for, a Halloween one. And then this one I won. It was an extra prize in a giveaway. Ooh, in a giveaway, and I don't know why my book just went like that. I hate when this thing does that. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to. There we go. All right. Anyway, I won this one in a giveaway. It was an extra prize. So this was from Coffee Lover 5. But that's one of the beauty horrors. And then I have Chibi Witches. These are all Halloween ones I'm pulling right now. So I have that. And then I have vampires because I love pretty much anything to do with vampires and things like that. Another vampire book. Another vampire book. Can you tell I like vampires? Maybe just a little. Then my daughter got me into Kawaii Goth. So I have that one. And I have a Pastel Goth. And then I have the Spooky Baby that was out. And then I had bought this one at my local Dollar General. This is Living Color. What do you have there? Oh, you're an awful person. I shouldn't be having this late.
It's salad. It's fine. It should be fine. I don't think salad will put your sugar up too much. It
Salad.
should be fine. Because it was staring at me and it said, "Eat me." So I'm eating it.
You shouldn't be eating on camera either, but.
Oh, here, and give it back.
No.
Then give it back.
You can go away now.
Yep. You can give it back.
Hi.
There's going to be a crafty throwdown here in a minute. You don't give it back.
I got enough books I can knock you out.
You don't have a book big enough.
One more bite, don't give it back. They're from Amazon. And I think I only gave $4 a piece for them. I have a few more. I'm just, excuse me, mouthful of food. Hang on a minute, and I'll show you a page too.
Okay.
Here's another one of my dollar coloring books that are kitty coloring. And then I have Day of the Dead. And another Day of the Dead. Come on, Body Chew. This is one of my more expensive coloring books, but I would gladly buy this again. It is called Knights and Mares Amour. It's by Lisa Matrokin. She has a YouTube channel too, and she's awesome. And then I have my Edgar Allan Poe coloring book because I'm a Poe fanatic. But that is my Halloween selection of books that I'll be coloring in, hopefully. Most of mine came from Amazon. There were a few that did come from our Dollar General. All the vampire ones come from Amazon. This one came from Ollie's. because they sometimes carry coloring books if you have an Ollie's anywhere near you. And then these two, like I said, the Art of Coloring ones that are Disney came from our local Walmart. But that's those. That's all of my Halloween ones that I have, other than this little tiny one here that has some Halloween in it. Do I have any other ones? I don't think I'm getting Halloween ones. But yeah, and I also have tons of free printables on my computer that I could print out and use that are printable coloring pages from the artists. But let me show you these pages. Let me get all my extra paper out of there because now I won't be possibly pressing a little too hard and hurting the page. There's my version. Mom, where's yours?
Yep.
And then
I
here,
folded it because the other side is.
yeah, here is my mother-in-law's version that she did. Hers is much more pastel looking than mine. There you go, Mama. But yeah, so this is, you know, some of the fun things that we like to do with coloring is like do the challenges, you know. I do take part in like scavenger hunts for coloring. I take part in breakdown prompts, things like that from Instagram. I do love doing that stuff. Matter of fact, I love it so much that one month I did over 100 coloring pages in full. So I very much so love to color. I do. So, and I use all kinds of mediums. I use colored pencils, markers, or let me change that. Colored pencils, water-based markers, alcohol markers. Whoops, my paper's gonna fly away. Crayons, twist-up crayons, gel pens, watercolor paint. I use all kinds of mediums. So you just never know what you might get with me. The Hocus Pocus one is fun. I like it, but like I said, there's some pages in there that are wallpaper page-like pages, and those will take me a very long time to sit down and do anything with. I'm not a wallpaper person. But yeah, I mean, I love to color. Like I said, this is just my Halloween stack. I have a Christmas stack that would probably rival the best of them. My Christmas stack is pretty hefty because I love Christmas color. And then I've got like Harry Potter, I've got Chibis, I've got some on witchcraft, I've got some on alchemy, I've got pop manga, I've got Demon Slayer, which is like an anime. I've got landscape type ones where it's different landscape, like the beach or the mountains or the desert, stuff like that. I've got a few for other holidays like Easter, Halloween, or Easter, Valentine's Day. I've only got one St. Patrick's Day. I've only found one that I really like. I have a few that I color in for fall. Like I said, I've got a lot of flower coloring books. I really do, because I like to color flowers. I'm a big person for flowers. I will tell you that around the holidays, our Walmart here, and I don't know if it's the same with all Walmarts. I'm assuming it might be, but our Walmart here in the little town we live in, during the holidays, seems to beef up their coloring section and their coloring supplies. And I have went and got a lot of different supplies and a lot of different stuff from there. Like I've even picked up a few of the coloring books they had, and they were pretty neat. They really were. I mean, I've got some in the back that I haven't pulled out yet. That have ones like Take Flight, I think's the name of it, and I think it's by Leisure Arts. And I got it at Walmart, and it's got some really beautiful pictures in it. So it may be one that comes out after the first of the year when I can do, or when I will do, I should say it that way, when I will do more normalish. Is there such a thing? Normalish coloring? Not holiday coloring is what I'm getting at. because during the holidays, I do like to bring out the holiday pictures. Last year on the channel here, I would take every time that I colored on Wednesday or Saturday, I would also have a story that went along with whatever I was coloring. Like if I was coloring something to do with witches, I had a witch coloring book out or a witch page that I printed out to do. If it was something to do with, say, Frankenstein's monster, I would print out or pull from a book a picture of either Frankenstein or Frankenstein's bride or some other monster. If it was something about vampires, vampires. If I did a crystal ball, it was a crystal ball. And I literally made the stories go with what I was doing. Like I did one called The Haunted Doll, and the doll that was haunted was an Elsa doll from the movie Frozen. So I colored a picture of Elsa that day. That's the kind of things I enjoy doing is little tidbits like that, especially on the holidays and stuff. And then, giving like a little bit of a story to people who may not know any of the stories like that. Or maybe they just don't get into it other than the holiday, other than like Halloween. But I love doing stuff like that. So that's what I did last year. I don't know if I'll do it again this year. I've been debating trying to do more historical type thing this year that explains why Day of the Dead happens or why horror stories have started taking place and how they started and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll do that. I've been debating it and playing around with the idea. So, but I have all kinds of coloring books. I mean, if somebody wanted to do a color along and we could figure out how to do it, and you tell me what you're looking for, I could either probably, if I don't have it, I could probably fudge it and find something that's kind of similar. I know that here lately I've been coloring with my mother-in-law, and I used to have my daughter in here on Saturdays every Saturday, and she would color. And then we would just kind of compare the pictures, and we've even done them in opposite type books where one would do like a gothic and one would do something happy and go lucky, and it was just fun, just, enjoying some time. So we are debating stuff like that too. And then Christmas is usually all the wintry, glittery, and that's another thing you got to watch me. I like glitter. I'm just going to put that out there now. I do. I love glitter. I love like metallic look. I like to do stuff like that. Which is very strange. You know what? I think you could be my best friend there, Tony. I love witches, fairies, dragons, and flowers. Seriously, if you'd come look at my books, you would know. I have some fairy books up there. I don't have a ton, but I do have some, and then I've got pictures of fairies and other books. And I was just downloading. That's what it was. Downloading. Jeez, my brain. I was just downloading some dragon pictures the other day that I found because the scales were more detailed, so I could actually get in and do each scale. And flowers are something that, yeah, hand me a book of flowers in it, and I'm off to my happy land because I'm going to color all day. But yeah, I love glitter. I like to use my gel pens with the glitter and the metallic. I love to pull out my Ranger stickles. That's what they are. Started to say glitter glue, but that's not what they're called either. And stickle, different parts of the page and stuff. And I will even pull out my glossy accents and use it on a coloring page if I think it needs a little oof. And I have all kinds of loose glitter up above me here that if I decided to take a notion, But yeah, I love to get into all that. I even did a coloring page where I did the fairy's wings using washi tape, and then to seal it down so the washi tape stayed, I took Mod Podge that had a little touch of glitter in it and just lightly went over the entire wing set so that it would make sure that the wings stayed covered with the washi tape. That was something that was new to me, and I had to try it because it looked so interesting. And it was fun. It's time consuming. But it was fun. I may have to do another one. Maybe I'll do a Christmas one. Find some Christmas washi tape that has a little design in it. Ideas. But yeah, so you do have to watch me because I love to get glittery and I love to get all the messy stuff out. And I've got a few pages that I did. I think it was last winter or the winter before, and all the snow. I took a glitter glue and did all the snow and let it dry, and it looks really pretty, really pretty. Sometimes glitter glue can do things that none of your other utensils can, sadly enough. But yeah, I mean, I love to color. Like I said, anything, anything. I even had a girlfriend. She was supposed to color with me, and then her computer fried. And I was doing printouts a couple times a month for her. She would send me money to send them to her because I would print out like 20 and 30 pages and then send it at that, and then we would decide, okay, this week we're going to do this one, this week we're going to do that one. And I would send her, printed off pages from my free pages that I have, and we were going to do some of those. And then, like I said, her computer fried, so we didn't get there. So, and unfortunately, with her situation right now, she cannot afford another computer. Unfortunately, computers are pricey. So, but I've been looking to figure out how to do the color alongs because I think they're neat. I see them on Instagram where people post, like, one person will post their picture here and then they'll have the same picture that the other person did, and it'll be posted like down here so you can look at both of them at the same time. And boy, they're really neat. Oh, yes, please.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Or you want a bite? Or no? Would it be bad to eat this close, probably?
What?
Bedtime. You want to try a bite?
Oh, no, I
No?
don't think so. Thanks. I'll never
Sorry, I'm
change.
stealing my husband's salad.
Salad.
Going bananas.
Good stuff.
I love salad.
Only thing it's missing is cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have any cheese.
Yes.
And it was too late. Everything's closed.
I would say it needs to be summer all year long so I could eat salad, but
Yep.
I also actually like other seasons. I'm probably going to regret this, but
Done.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm. So, what is your favorite holiday, if you have one, Tony? Hmm. Geez, I got to be sure to open the drawer now. I want to say my favorite holiday to color is probably Halloween, but I'd be fibbing because I think I actually like Christmas a little better. How do I go about this one? Okay, let's. Halloween. I like Halloween. Of course, I think the reason Halloween jumps out at me so much is I tend to go for witches and vampires and the spookier stuff, I guess. There we go. This little book is one we got at the local Dollar General, and here's what it looks like. But I do like to color Halloween. Like I said, I tend to go for witches, vampires, most anything gothic, dragons, crystal balls, stuff like that. Bats. Christmas, I think, gets me because here's my weird thing. I love Halloween because of all the spookiness, but I love Christmas because of the snow, I guess, technically, in all the coloring books, because there's usually snow or snowflakes, and I love snowflakes. Um, it gives me a chance to pull out the glitter and get fancy. And I mean, I guess I could do that with Halloween too, but I don't think of Halloween fancy. My version of Halloween is more spooky. Um, Sometimes even to the point of gory. Uh, but with Christmas, you can make the snow sparkle. You can give snowflakes so many different colors. You can make snowmen look different ways, and you can challenge yourself and also take Christmas to a pastel tone instead of the traditional. And it changes the whole look of it. It's some of it's really pretty that way. So I don't know. I'm really end of the year kind of holidays. I'm not a big Valentine, St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I like them, but I'm not huge on those holidays. The ones that get me are, Halloween and then Christmas. Those are the big ones. I mean, I do have like I said, a St. Patrick's Day coloring book. I have one. It's the only one I found that I really got too much use out of. But I do like other holidays. It's just coloring them. I don't know. It seems like for Valentine's Day, everybody thinks hearts, 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 hearts. And that's cute, but it also gets redundant. So, and Easter is all eggs, 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 or bunnies, 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 which gets redundant after a while. So I kind of don't go as much for those holidays because of it's kind of repetitive in the books. So, but yeah, I love to color and just throw down with whatever. I mean, like I said, I like sugar skulls. I kind of tend to gravitate towards sugar skulls during the Halloween season. I don't know why that is, but I just do. I don't usually color them much other times during the year unless there's like some kind of special thing. But yeah, usually during Halloween, you'll see me pull out my sugar skulls and at least try to get one or two done. And this year, I want to get into that gorier coloring book, the more horror style coloring book, and do a couple pages because there's some in there that just, they're movies that I've seen. They're movies that I like adored when I was growing up as a teenager. So I want to get in there and play with that and see how like scary I can make it. So I'm interested in getting a lot of Halloween coloring in, and I do have my log ready because I know there's already scavenger hunts up for October. There's already prompts up for October. Um, there's color palettes, people picking color palettes and want you to do a page in it, and I have a lot of fun with that stuff. I really do. I can't wait to do some of these prompts. There's one. Let me see if I can find it real quick to share it with you. Go back here to the October section. There it is. Yeah. Which October color along 23? Color witches anytime in October. Any witch, any book, any supplies. That's one of the ones I'll be taking part in. Another one is prompts here, and they spelled out October, and the prompts are O is oranges. You have to color a page with oranges, either fruit or the color. And then C is for candy. Any page that has candy. T is for trees. Color a tree. O is the ocean. What is my favorite spooky? Oh boy. Oh, now that's hard because oh man, you're talking to somebody who loves any kind of scary type movie. Let me see. Hocus Pocus has to be ranked right up there, number one. I love Hocus Pocus. I love anything to do with Hocus Pocus. Oh goodness. We've watched so many, it's hard to remember some of the names. Oh gosh, what was the one? He's not in here. We watched one last year at Halloween. Morpheus, I think was the name of it. I think it was called Morpheus. It's about a vampire. And I really liked it. It really just, I don't know, it held my attention. I also like Queen of the Damned, which is a vampire movie. Let me see. I love Interview with a Vampire. I love Labyrinth, which has David Bowie in it. Good gosh. I love all the Halloween towns. I've probably watched every Scream movie out there. I've watched probably every Friday the 13th out there. And I've probably watched every Nightmare on Elm Street out there. And I've also watched probably every Hellraiser out there. So yeah. If it's creepy, spooky, weird, I've probably seen it. And I used to love, back when I was younger and you could readily watch it, I used to love, I think it was called Young Frankenstein, and it had, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the guy, the actor. Oh God, he did Willy Wonka, the very first Willy Wonka. What was his name? Why do I want to say, it's not Gene Hackman. What the heck was the guy's name? I can see his face too. Oh my goodness. What is his name? It's going to make me crazy.
Isn't it Dustin?
No, this is the guy with the crazy hair. What was his name? Like I said, he played the first Willy Wonka, not the Johnny Depp one.
Name. I could see it.
And he played in the Young Dr. Frankenstein. Oh, what was his name?
Don't ask me. I can't think.
See, I get their face and I can't get their name. And he's gone now. He's passed.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now, but I know who he is. And I like to watch him act. He was a good actor. But I've watched that. I've watched the Johnny Depp, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I've watched The Barber of Fleet Street. I've watched Edward Scissorhands. I've watched almost everything with Johnny Depp in it. There was an old scary movie I watched called The Serpent and the Rainbow. Now that one is not for those with weak stomachs. It's very gory, but I liked it. Gosh, we've seen so many. I'm trying to think of the names of them. If it's a spooky or scary or happy Halloween, most of the time I love it. I don't know if I have a singular favorite though. I just love Halloween season. I really do. And my favorite Christmas kid movie is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. If I don't get to see it every year, I get very upset. Which is also a lot of my Christmas Halloween coloring books that are kid. I think my new big favorite Christmas movie is a little bit off kilter. Violent Night, I think is what it was called, and I loved it. Oh my God, I could just sink into that movie. Sink completely into it, head first. But yeah, I mean, I like Scary movies, I do. I like scary ones, and I don't go for love stories too much. I don't know. They're just not my thing. Yes. Yes. I like anything about witches. I like anything about vampires. I like anything about ghosts. I like anything. Like we watched a lot of the paranormal movies. Um, we've watched. We watched The Conjuring. We've watched Annabelle. Um, we watched the Omen movies because I love them. Um, we've watched. There was another one I was thinking of that goes right along with the Omen, and now it just flew right out of my head. Yeah. But you can kind of tell where my brain goes for movies. I like spooky, scary, but the other side of that is I also like action movies. I love the John Wick movies. I just that's just something I could sit and watch. I really can. I just absolutely love it. I love vampire movies like we watched, like I said, Queen of the Damned, Interview with a Vampire. Um, I'm trying to think some of the other vampire movies we watched. I think it was called Dracula 2000 or something. Pretty much if it's a vampire movie and doesn't look stupid, I'll watch it.
Did you get into Dark Shadows?
Yeah, I used to watch Dark Shadows when I was younger, and I think it's a Dark Shadows movie with Johnny Depp in it. But yeah, like, and I love, 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 love. This is one that I have to see almost every year at Halloween. Is Sleepy Hollow. Love that movie. Love, 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 love. But yeah, like I also do like the Terminator movies. All right, Tiny. Well, it's been fun chatting with you, and I hope that we'll get to chat again. Maybe I can learn more about this Google Hangouts somehow, and we can figure that out and do a color together. I mean, I'd really love to. I'm sure we could figure something. But you have a good dinner. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. So much. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you soon. To everyone else, it is 8:14. Anyone else? And we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. And I'm going to clean up part of my desk because it's a mess. But I hope y'all have a lovely rest of your night, wherever you may be, or morning or day. I hope that you're having fun and enjoying life as it is. And I hope that we'll get to talk to you again soon. Please do remember that you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are loved. If someone tells you different, it's false. Pay it forward when you can. You don't know when you might need it back. Be kind until there's a reason not to be. And don't be mean. Just avoid the negativity. Stay safe. The world's crazy enough. Let's not add to it. Hug your loved ones. It's good for them. It's good for you. It's medically proven. And then when you get all that done, hug your fur babies because they need it too. They go through just as much as we do. Just hug them gently. Got to remember they do break. So hopefully you'll remember to do all that stuff and it won't drive you crazy. And until next time, love you bunches. Bye-bye.